Joining us now is former Hewlett-Packard CEO Carly Fiorina. She's also a former U.S. Senate candidate and is now vice chair of the National Republican Senatorial Campaign Committee. Good morning, Carly.
Good morning. How are you, Rebecca? Thanks for having me.
I'm doing well. And Americans, when they look at this economy, this market, it certainly sends shivers through many spines. And a lot of people say, what can corporate America do to solve the problems? Do you think there's anything corporate America can be doing right now? Because the president is out of ammunition, Congress is out of ammunition, and the Federal Reserve has very limited things at its disposal as well.
Well, I think your question gets to the heart of the matter, which is that this economy isn't growing as fast as it needs to, and therefore there aren't enough jobs being created. And so people are having a terrible time with so many millions still out of work. And I think actually Washington can do some things to help small businesses, medium businesses, and large businesses. I believe Washington, we now need to step up and reform the tax code. The complexity of the tax code is killing small businesses. We need to lower the business rate so that it's competitive around the world. And then we need to close those loopholes so that we gain more revenue. I think also we need to begin to restrain regulatory excess, particularly on small businesses. I mean, the process that small businesses has to go through is just killing. And we do have to get on with entitlement reform so that we are not spending as much money as we are, and we make sure those programs are solvent for the long term. These are all, in other words, long-term solutions.
What about the $2 trillion that corporate America has been sitting on for now more than a year? What will cause corporate America to spend that and to spend it on hiring?
Well, I think that's part of what tax reform will do. You're absolutely right. Corporations have a lot of money parked overseas, and the reason they do is because only this country taxes overseas profits. What we need to do is reform the tax code so that that money will come home. You know, some people would say, well, let's let them bring it home for 1 year. I think short-term fixes don't work anymore. I think that's the problem. Washington has been focusing on short-term answers, and we need some long-term answers now. So by all means, reform the tax code. Let's bring that money home. Let's close the loopholes. Let's get competitive rates. And especially, let's reduce the complexity so small businesses don't have a tax code that's today literally tens of thousands of pages.
It also seems, Carly, though, like there's a chicken and an egg problem here where you have corporations saying we don't have the demand from consumers to hire, and therefore consumers, we don't have a reason to hire new employees. At the same time, the fact that the jobless rate is so high keeps demand low. What breaks that cycle?
Well, you're exactly right. What breaks that cycle is the creation of jobs. And jobs will not get created in this country at the pace they need to unless we restrain some of all of these encumbrances. So I know tax code reform maybe sounds theoretical. It's really not. When you have a small business that has to dig through tens of thousands of pages, when you have a small business that really doesn't understand what regulation is coming tomorrow, they're not going to hire. They're risk averse. And of course, the stock market makes consumers even more nervous. So we need long-term solutions now, not short-term political fixes.
Carly, I'm sorry, we're going to have to wrap it up there, but we appreciate you joining us. Carly Fiorina, thank you.
Thank you.